Shalom, everyone, and I am so happy to bring you this pre-Shabbat message from this week's Parsha Ki Tisa. Such a beautiful and profound message that comes from a really, really hard story, the story of the Egel HaZahav, the golden calf. Can you imagine what the first conversation between Moshe and Aaron must have been like when Moshe comes down from Har Sinai with the commandments, the Aseret HaDibrot, in his hand, and sees the Jewish people worshiping a golden calf, and sees Aaron right in the thick of things. I would not have blamed Moshe had he been angry and frustrated, and even told Aaron that perhaps he was at fault and how angry and upset he was at Aaron. But according to Rashi, something else happens, and it is so, so beautiful. Here's the pasuk. Vayomer Moshe el Aaron, Ma asa lecha ha'am hazeh, ki heveta alav chata'a gedola. Translated as, according to Rabbi Shamson Raphael Hirsch, then Moshe said to Aaron, what did this people do to you that has allowed such a great sin to come upon it? Has allowed such a great sin to come upon it. This translation, Rabbi Hirsch indicates, teaches us, and this must be the translation from his perspective, that Aaron didn't do anything active. But it's really Rashi that helps us understand how deeply Moshe understood the human condition. And here is what Rashi says. Ma asa lecha ha'am, what did the nation do to you? Kama yisurim savalta, how much torture did you suffer? Sheyisrucha, for they must have tortured you. Ad shelo tavi aleim chet zeh, before you, according to Hirsch, allowed this sin to happen. Moshe is saying something amazing. Aaron, I know you. I trust you. So the fact that this happened on your watch must have been because something terrible happened to you. I can't blame you for what happened. Now, there is a less charitable read of Moshe's conversation with Aaron, and in fact, the Ramban, Nachmanides, rejects Rashi here. But I love this Rashi because it reminds us about the importance of giving people the benefit of the doubt. As Pirkei Avot says, Have dan et kol ha'adam lekaf zchut, that we are supposed to give people the benefit of the doubt, and we are not supposed to judge people ad shetagia, until we come to their place. And so Moshe, it seems to me, goes out of his way to give Aaron the benefit of the doubt and says, I don't know what happened here, but it must have been terrible for you to have allowed such a thing to happen. Rabbi Soloveitchik, in an essay where he discusses human vulnerability, makes a profound comment on this idea. He asks how it is that God forgives us, and his answer is awesome. Because we are vulnerable. Because human beings are vulnerable to all sorts of influences, and sometimes we do things which, had we not been affected by those outside forces, we had never have done it. God is saying to us what Moshe said to Aaron, I know you, I trust you, I know that you would not have done such a thing under normal circumstances, and so I acquit you. It's just an incredibly powerful idea. And so out of the ashes, the literal ashes of the story of the golden calf, we are taught this incredibly important idea. Two ideas really. One, if God can acquit us, if God can forgive us because of our circumstances, because we are vulnerable, then we should go easy on ourselves. Sometimes we are so hard on ourselves. Of course, we should want excellence and want to achieve, but sometimes we have to cut ourselves a little slack. And of course, we have to cut other people some slack. We have to be forgiving to them, just as God is to us, according to Rabbi Soloveitchik, and just as we saw in this week's Parsha, as Moshe was to Aaron. I think this is such a beautiful lesson. It reminds us of our own needs and really reminds us of how we can interact with others. We all go through life with disappointment. Sometimes we disappoint ourselves. Sometimes others disappoint us. but this teaches us that there is a way forward, a beautiful, beautiful way forward. And this has got to be one of my favorite Rashis, because it really, really digs deep, right? Invests deeply in this idea of trying hard to give people the benefit of the doubt. So with that, I wish you a wonderful Shabbat, a Shabbat of peace, a Shabbat of tranquility, and I look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Shabbat Shalom.